Greetings, YouTube. Over this past weekend, I saw over half a dozen different videos here on YouTube dealing with the divide between content creators and the more passive YouTube viewer or consumer. This apparently grew out of VidCon, major convention that took place just recently, and the whole concept that many of the participants were fangirling or fanboying over the more popular YouTube members who have lots of subscribers and who are, they make major bucks off of their partnerships, and it's helped them springboard into musical careers and other things like that. Then that there's a perceived divide between the content makers and the consumer and or passive viewer. And lots of people are talking about the fact that we YouTubers really should be viewing ourselves on a much more level playing field. Now, I've spoken about in the past the fact that I firmly believe that everyone should be a content maker. I am a content maker. I'm not necessarily saying it's the best quality content or the most interesting, but I do make it, and I put it up every day. And I've done this for a while now, okay? So I feel very confident I can call myself a content maker. Now, I know lots of people that aren't content makers, and I've always wondered, why are you not making content? If you're a YouTube member, you have your own channel. So why aren't you using it? If you don't want to, that's cool. But I'm curious why people don't use their channels. Okay, I didn't use my channel. I didn't even access my channel for a really long time, simply because YouTube didn't interest me. It took me to get involved in a number of the different YouTube communities, and I finally got pulled into the whole concept. But once I did, I began to become an active member almost immediately, commenting constantly. And as soon as I got myself a camera, the day I got myself a camera, I made my first video. So I see myself as someone that really started off, hit the ground running kind of thing. But you don't have to be passive. And if you don't want to make videos, at least engage people. You and I, and you and everyone else, need to communicate. I, in the last month, have watched approximately 1 hour of television. Why? Because television is completely and utterly passive. And I'm sick of it. I want to engage you and the people in the community around us. Not sit there passively and watch what's on the television and not be able to interact with the people that I'm listening to. That is a model that just doesn't interest me anymore. I'll do it for movies, I'll do it, things on DVD. I'm okay with that. Because a lot of the time I can interact with my wife in the process of watching these things. I like the interaction. But if there's a divide between the content makers and the passive viewers, it's solely and completely created by the perception of those passive viewers. Because all the content makers out there put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. And if they're famous, it's because you have invested part of yourself in them and made them famous. We have made the big YouTubers big YouTubers. I'm subscribed to Charlie is So Cool Like. Charlie McDonald is darn entertaining. He's charming. I enjoy watching his videos. And I don't mind investing part of myself in that channel. But I know what I've done. I know that I have helped contribute to making him a popular individual. I'm small change, folks. I am a small timer on YouTube. But even I have noticed it. That as you gain more subscribers, you gain subscribers faster. As it starts to roll along. So if you give part of yourself to someone, remember that you should get something in return. There should be a return on that investment, because that's what you've done. You invested in them. And if you aren't getting a return on investment, then walk away. I've done it. I can't remember how many channels I've unsubscribed to over the years. If I don't get enough content, usually it's a 4-month point for me. If somebody hasn't made a video in 4 months, there's going to be a really good reason I have not subscribed from them. Usually because they're someone I know personally, and I know why they're no longer on making videos, and I just can't bring myself to unsubscribe. I feel bad about it. But if you haven't put anything out in 4 months, I'm going to go bye-bye. I want to engage with people who are willing to engage with all of us. So if there's a divide out there, people, you're carrying around in here. It doesn't have to exist unless you want it to. So, simple answer, don't want that divide to exist.